Hello, easy divers, friends and family, and everybody who likes to go diving with us. This is Damon. I'm your dirty pirate, as most of you know me by. So, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk a little bit about dry suits. People have talked to me and asked me about what's the best dry suit. It's like anybody asks me what's the best type of mask. The one that fits you the best, the one that makes it most comfortable for you. I've got some experience with the vulcanized rubber, which we'll talk about, and with the new dry suit I just picked up through Waterproof is the hybrid, the D1H, the D1 hybrid, and that's a pretty cool suit, which we'll talk about that in just a minute. So we're going to a little bit of falling apart here on our stuff here. So let's just get this squared away in the front, and oh me, here we go. Let's just talk about it first. Now, when we talk about a dry suit, why do you want to wear a dry suit? Well, people say, well, I want to stay warm. Well, that's a good point to have, is to stay warm. But think about it like this. If you take a windbreaker and go out in the outside cold, you may stay dry from a windstorm or from a rainstorm, but you're still going to be cold on the inside. That's the theory behind on a dry suit. You're basically wearing a giant rubber suit, but there's no insulation on the inside. Now, what I started out with was a vulcanized rubber type of dry suit made by DUI. And it's still a good suit. It's still a wonderful suit. The reason we use this type of suit is because the water we dove in was so contaminated and nasty, and we have lots of fuel oil and gasoline and stuff like that. We're taking vehicles and stuff out of the lakes and quarries or retention ponds and stuff like that. The number one thing I really like about the vulcanized rubber is very, very easy to decontaminate. So once you come out, well, your airway is still protected, as we always wore full face masks. But the big thing is once you come out, you can squirt down with some type of a Dawn detergent or something like that. Then we use the fire service to come through and wash us down. Which this type of suit, as you see, it's very thick. This is the vulcanized rubber that you'll see, like so. But all that still has the same characteristics of most of your dry suits, where you have your seals. This is a latex seal, which we'll talk the difference between latex and silicone. Coming down the sides, you have your valves for your, you can push in to let the air out. It's always on the same side as when you're dumping your air anyway, so you're venting both at the same time. On the front, you have where you put your air into the suit, which was a little bit better on the other suit, which we'll talk about how we can make some maneuver things in here. But you see, it's just a big, heavy, thick suit. Now, it's great to keep you protected from contamination. However, it's not going to keep you very warm. And the problem with these big, thick, heavy vulcanized rubber suits is they pinch really bad. And depending on what you're wearing under. The other thing, too, to think about is what size foot. Is this a boot that's going to be integrated with your suit or not? The problem with some of these other suits, these heavy-duty suits, is you're going to have a different size fin, an extra large fin, to make sure that it's going to stay on, especially when you have areas where you get air in here. You can pop a fin off very easily. So that's one of the things. You need to take the dry suit class. You'll see some of the things that you can. I'm not teaching a dry suit class. I'm just showing you some of the cool features between the old suit I used to dive with and the new suit I dive with now. So, in a nutshell, that's the vulcanized rubber. Now, when you're when you're wearing something underneath these, thermal protection is a big deal. Trying to stay warm. But if you're diving in an environment where it's already warm and hot, you don't want to wear this extra stuff either. You want to have something that's just going to keep the protection from being the squeeze on the suit, especially that type of suit. One of two things, you've got we hear about one of our friend Glen to talk about bunny suits that he carries. This is a very thin material. This is just to keep the pinch away from you. It's almost like a skin that you would wear, but it's just a little bit thicker, just to keep the pinch off of your body. Now, if you want to add to that, and when you're using an undergarment, have something that's going to wick the sweat away, because if you're in a hot environment, you're just going to get very, very sweaty, and if you get overheated, that's not a good thing either. Even in the cold environments, you can still sweat, and you're going to become cold again. It's like sweating underneath wearing a parka, and you're going out doing some stuff, and you can still get cold. But the key to it is layering and protecting yourself when you're underwater. Now, all right, let's move on. Oh, the other thing too, what type of, when you're talking about thermal protection underneath and on your head, because sometimes you're only going to just have a latex hood, so you may need to have some type of little beanie cap that you can wear on your head to keep your head warm, or you can just wear a regular hood that's with the the waterproof suits, it actually comes with a hood, a neoprene hood, which is really nice. We'll show those next. Other things we've got is on your feet. Your feet can get, the worst part when I'm diving a dry suit is my hands and my feet get cold. Now there's socks that you can get to wear underneath. This is one of the types of socks that you can get. Or just wear thermal socks of some type. But once you slide these suits on and off, they can get stuck down the bottom. But that's just one of the things you can deal with when you're wearing a dry suit. The other thing is some type of glove. And again, depending on how cold of a water temperature you're going into, anything below 50 degrees, you're probably going to have something on your hands because it can be not so comfortable. There's a couple of types of gloves. You have these types of gloves that can hook into your suit itself, and you can also wear a glove protection, a thermal protected glove underneath. So you got a double protection. Okay, this actually keeps your hand dry and it hooks into your suit. And if you just wear it just like this, your hands can still get cold. But if you wear a little layer, a liner on the inside, and wear that glove with the dry glove, and that's going to keep your hands a lot warmer. Now, this is the cool thing I'm going to show you now is the new suit I just got a week or so ago. This is the new waterproof hybrid suit. What I really like about this one is it's got a layer, a mesh layer on the inside. If you can see this right here, and actually all the way down the inside of the whole inside, if you can see inside, has this liner on the inside. This, what makes it really cool about this is it keeps a constant air space, whether you're wearing your BCD on your back or whatever, if you got side mounts or however you're diving, it keeps that airspace in there to keep you warmer. And so far, I don't see I'm having to use one of those big bunny suits or the big thick layer type of suits with this one, like I would have to use with the vulcanized rubber suit. Now, if you are cold natured, they do have the undergarments that you can wear. It's a two-piece here. It's pretty thick material here. It's almost like a long underwear, I guess, but it's a polypropylene type of deal. It's the Body 2X. It's got the power stretch. Hollow fiber garment is actually the proper name for this right here. And just keep you an extra layer of warmth if you tend to get cold very easy. Now, some of the cool features on this suit, which I really like when I was researching it, is first of all, looking at the neck seal. This is a silicone neck seal, so it's a nice little stretch to it. And on this neck seal, you can pull across here if you're wearing your hood. It gives you, it's easy to switch this out. If you can see the ring on the inside here. Okay, it's easy to pop these out. So a lot of times in the old days, if you tore a suit, I know if you saw on the introduction for the Tune In Tuesday talking about dry suits, that's one of the old pictures I had where you see the duct tape. Duct tape is your best friend if you're driving, especially a neoprene or the vulcanized rubber type of suit. If you got a small leak or something happens where you tear something, that's sort of a quick fix. But this is a very quick fix in the field. You get an extra seal when you buy it, and it pops out very easily. So if you have a tear in your neck seal, you can replace it pretty quick. Now, the other thing I like about this is when you're wearing your hood, you got, those of you who have dove dry suits in the past, you've got a spot right there on the back of your neck. If you're not wearing a hood or if you're wearing just a beanie cap, right there on the back of your neck, if you're in sort of really cold water, you're going to really feel that on the back side of your neck. This has a nice protection all the way around that you can scoop up here and protect yourself when you're wearing your hood underneath. The other thing that's cool about this is that even though it's cupped around here, it can fill up with water, but you have some drain holes down on the front to keep the water from pooling right there. As we come around, let's look to the back. This is the traditional zipper that you have. This is a back mount zipper, so you're going to still have to have a friend or your buddy to help you zip it up. Then it's protected once it's zipped up. Looking on the front side of the suit, again, you can adjust your for your deflate, and you can actually push it in to make it deflate for an emergency type of you need to get rid of air. What I like about the front here is this swivels, so you can have whichever side you want to have your connection for your inflation for your dry suit, and just pushing for the middle. Looks pretty nice. The front part of the suit, up here on the top, if you look on the top, You got an abrasion type because this gives a little bit more protection when you're wearing your BCD. That's one of your rub points that you're going to have, especially on the tri-laminate type suits. And that's just another layer of protection there. The bottom side is a light material on the front. And as we work our way down to the pockets, these pockets are really cool. There's one on each side. And they've got a nice area where when you have a gloved hand, if you see that right there, you have a gloved hand, you can actually pull it up. On the inside, you've got a D-ring here that you can connect things to. And you've also got a little lanyard on the inside to hook to your any type of tools that you don't want to drop if you have a knife or something that you, especially in a cold environment, and you don't have the dexterity with your hands. Another cool thing about this pocket here, you see it's low profile, but I can unzip it and make it a little bit larger pocket. And on the bottom, you have a nice drain on the bottom, so it's not going to hold a lot of water when you come in and out of the from your dive. Moving on down to the knee, you see there's a very thick abrasive material for the knees. And on the bottom, this is a sort of a standard size foot. You don't have the Frankenstein foot that you have a lot of on some of your other types of dry suits that you would have. But in a nutshell, that is the hybrid waterproof D1X dry suit. And I think that's pretty much all this. What I recommend doing is take a dry suit class. You can feel free to call us with Easy Divers, Memphis, and we can be happy to answer some of your questions. So that's all I have for tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we look forward to extending our dive season into the colder environments, or for those that want to go the deeper water and can stay down there a little bit longer without being too cold and miserable when you come climbing out. One other thing too is they just got through with a dive down at the one of our local quarries, and it was very cold and rainy between the days. And you imagine trying to get your wetsuit back on when it's cold and rainy, where you can always be dry and put it in here. One thing I do want to show here, if I can find where I put my okay. One other thing I'll say, you need to have some type of little bag here. This little bag is important that you have. This is what I use for the neck seals is a non-scented talc powder to help with the seals on your wrists and your neck, and also this some wax to help with the zippers. Now, one thing I want to do show you is a little video that we had with Sarah Lynn and Glen up at Mermet. So I'm going to get here a little closer so you guys can see.
Hey, this is Sarah Lynn at Easy Divers, and we're coming to you from Mermet Springs, Metropolis, Illinois, one of our most favorite dive sites. I'm here with owner and proprietor Glen Faith, and he's going to tell you about the DUI dry suits. We're all excited about starting some dry suit diving training and being able to extend our dive travel season. Here's Glen.
Thank you very much, Sarah Lynn. I appreciate the nice intro. And welcome to our DUI building. I actually was a police officer, so this is a different kind of a DUI building. This is where we keep our Diving Unlimited International dry suits. We've got a huge selection, and like Sarah Lynn was talking about, the dive season is really just beginning. This is the best time of year to come. The water is spectacular, it's clear, and we're not as busy, so it's perfect. Our DUI building, we have 50 DUI suits in our rental program. We have sizes all the way from extra small for the kids. We even have a couple sizes for those teenage boys who are shaped like the letter L. We've got a size 13 foot and they're 120 pounds. We go all the way from an extra small to a 6X. So the biggest guy out there, no worries. We can take you in the winter, keep you warm and dry, and have an awesome time. We've also got a full selection of boots, seals. All our seals are zip seals, so they're replaceable. We size you for your neck and wrist seal, which helps ensure that you stay warm and comfortable. Boots the same way. We go from a size 4 to a size 14. Undergarments, because we all know that's what keeps you warm.
Those aren't bunny suits?
Bunny suits, I like that. So we got some really warm bunny suits from Sarah Lynn.
They're warm and fuzzy.
So we've got all the way from extra small to bring a friend. We've got every size that you need here. And we are excited that she's doing this little piece, and excited to have you guys up here diving with us all winter long. And looking forward to seeing everyone.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's all we've got for tonight. So again, let's extend our dive season. Think about doing some dry suit diving, not only to stay warm, but be comfortable in the deeper waters in the quarries that we've been hitting a lot this summer. So again, you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.